It's a MeatEater podcast.
Welcome to MeatEater Trivia, the only game show where conservation always wins. I'm your host, Spencer Neuharth, and today we're joined by Janis, Brody, Cory, Marge, Roman, and Seth. This is a 10-round quiz show with questions from MeatEater's 4 verticals, which are hunting, fishing, conservation, and cooking, and there is a prize. MeatEater will donate $500 to the conservation organization of the winner's choosing. For the stat of the week this week, we're looking at the number 5. That's how many days until the 3rd season of MeatEater Kids is released. The first episode will be available on June 30th on the MeatEater Kids podcast feed. We'll have 5 new episodes this summer, with new ones dropping each Monday through the end of July. We've got new stories, new critter noises, new jokes, and new trivia. Again, that's the MeatEater Kids podcast feed on June 30th.
I just had a fella today tell me on the phone how much they enjoy him and the kids listening to that. They put it on their way to basketball practice, and they really enjoy it.
We've got a new crop of kids this year playing trivia. We've got Cory Calkins Jr. is going to be there. He was the highlight of that day, recording those episodes.
Oh, I'm glad you think so too.
Did Marshall feel like a star after he left?
Oh yeah,
yeah,
yeah. He thinks he's a celebrity now.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Okay,
he's excited.
He will be in 5 days. On June 30th.
Cool.
Here's our infrequently asked questions segment. If you have a trivia-related question for our crew, send it to trivia@themeateater.com with the subject line IFAQ. Joel Donnelly says, what's the most common question people send? I talked about this in the past, similar with a different question. There's a lot of people who will write in asking what state has the most miles of shoreline or the most running water. And they'll also provide like 5 different answers: Kentucky, Nebraska, Alaska, California. So that's a common one people will send. But there's a different question that is very cut and dry. It's been sent to me 31 times. I just checked this morning. What's the longest running outdoor TV show? No one's going to get this. Do you guys have any guesses?
Longest running
outdoor TV. That's a broad,
like an outdoor
hunt and
channel?
fishing? Or?
Hunt and fishing. You've never even heard of this. The answer is Kentucky Afield.
That's what I was going to say.
Yeah. Kentucky Afield. 31 people have sent that. Kentucky Afield does a very good job of branding that they are the longest running outdoor TV show. It's part of the communications arm of the Kentucky Department of Fish and Wildlife. It's been airing since 1953. They claim it's the 3rd longest running TV show of any subject matter and is just slightly younger than Meet the Press and the Today Show.
Is that syndicated or is it like a public access thing?
I don't know where they air it. I'm guessing on local stations in Kentucky, but like I said, it's put on by their state's wildlife agency, and it's just a standard hunting and fishing show with a touch of conservation. And they love to tell those folks in Kentucky who see it that it's the longest running outdoor TV show, so much so that 31 people in the last 4 years have sent me that question.
Wow. Man, and just after 10 seasons of MeatEater, we were like, man, what are we going to do next? We got to send Steve all the way to Africa. And these guys have been doing 31 seasons in one state. That's amazing.
No, 31 times I've been sent this question. They've been doing this since 1953, so 70 years running.
70 seasons.
Like I said, only Meet the Press and the Today Show are older than them. So good for you, Kentucky Afield. Thanks for those folks who have sent that question. As you could tell, it'd be one that no one would get right. But good for the folks at Kentucky Afield.
Do you know what the most common infrequently asked question is, too? That's what I thought.
Yeah, one of them was about when MeatEater podcast guests will start participating again. That was a common one that folks would send in. Yeah. All right, we have some housekeeping. During the Jabroni Championship, we had a question about the name of the yellow wildflower that combines an injury with a woman's name. Cory, what'd you put for that one?
The brown-eyed Susan.
Brown-eyed Susan, which was not right.
Which is a very common flower in
Gave
Montana.
me a real chuckle. The brown-eyed. The correct answer was the black-eyed Susan. Now, Michael Moat wrote in to say that besides the black-eyed Susan, there should be another acceptable answer. It's not the brown-eyed Susan. It's the cut-leaf daisy. Those are a yellow wildflower, and it does combine an injury with a woman's name. So if you said cut-leaf daisy for that one, then you'd also get credit.
Injury is cut leaf?
A cut would be an injury, and it's a daisy, so a cut leaf daisy. I would give that. If nobody in the room said that, and only one listener wrote in with that commentary. So if you were Michael or another person who said cut leaf daisy, we'll give it to you. We're still not going to accept brown-eyed Susan, though, which Cory said is a precursor to getting pink eye. Very much enjoyed that. All right, the Shelby index for today is a 3, so our winner should get 6 correct answers. Ooh. And with that, we're on to the game of trivia. Play the drop, Phil.
Look, I need to know what I stand to win. Everything. How's that?
You stand to win everything.
Suckers.
Question 1, the topic is woodsmanship. This first great question is via Charlie McDonald, and as always, it will be multiple choice. If a lightning strike and thunder are separated by 10 seconds, then how far away is the lightning? Is it 1 mile, 2 miles, 10 miles, or 20 miles? For our international listeners, that's 1.6 kilometers, 3.2 kilometers, 16 kilometers, or 32.2 kilometers. So if a lightning strike and thunder are separated by 10 seconds, then how far away is the lightning? Your 4 choices: 1 mile, 2 miles, 10 miles, 20 miles. Does anybody know this?
I know what we used to say when we were kids.
Okay.
Yes, same.
All right.
Same.
See if that's accurate or not. Again, 1
We
mile.
had to have heard it somewhere.
2 miles, 10 miles, or 20 miles. And that's if the lightning strike and thunder are separated by 10 seconds. And that is 1.6 kilometers, 3.2 kilometers, 16 kilometers, or 32.2 kilometers.
We're in America. It's miles.
Is everybody ready? That's another common IFAQ. Can we get more Canadian, New Zealand, Australian questions? Those 3 groups specifically. Go ahead and reveal your answers. We have Seth saying 10, Roman 10, Janis 10, Marge 10, Cory 10, Brody 10. The correct answer is 2 miles.
Yeah.
Nobody got it right. The general rule is that you count the number of seconds separating lightning and thunder, then divide by 5 for miles, or divide by 3 for kilometers. Noah says that anytime you're close enough to hear thunder, you're close enough to get struck by lightning.
We just left off that divide by 5 part.
Yeah. Yep.
So 10 seconds would be 2 miles. For every 5 seconds, that's a mile.
So we were always
away.
all thinking we were a lot closer. Or a lot farther.
A lot
than we
farther.
actually were.
Now you
A
know.
lot more safe.
Oh, Brody, what does your board say?
Hello, Mike Lee.
The back of Brody's whiteboard says, "Suck it, Mike Lee."
You're here.
Question 2, the topic is conservation. This 7-letter word is defined as, quote, the breaking of ice chunks from the edge of a glacier.
Oh, man, I hope I can get 7.
This is question 2. All 6 of our players got question 1 wrong. This 7-letter word is defined as the breaking of ice chunks from the edge of a glacier. Janis and Brody and Cory seem like they know it. Seth, do you have this one right?
Well, the word I chose didn't quite add up.
You've probably seen more glaciers
probably
than
spilled it.
anyone else here.
Yeah, I've seen this happen before.
Oh, okay.
That's cool.
This 7-letter word is defined as the breaking of ice chunks from the edge of a glacier.
Makes me think of the Titanic. Watched that recently.
Have you? My kid really wants to watch that, and I think.
Oh, you don't let him?
Well, it's a 3-hour movie. I think 2.5.
You just watch
Spread
like
it out
15
over
minutes
3
a night.
nights.
That's
Yeah.
probably a good idea.
You know, a fun fact, one of the crew members, there's a last minute like crew exchange, and guy got off the ship with the only key for all of the binoculars on the entire boat. So they didn't have binos the entire time they were out there. They were just
Oh.
locked away in a locker because of a last minute cruise.
On the
change.
real Titanic?
On the real Titanic.
Okay.
Another
That
fun
would've
fact,
helped,
when they took off from port, there was a fire burning on board that had been burning in one of the coal storage areas for over a week and a half. They didn't put it out for 2 days into the voyage. So,
Oh, my.
fun fact.
Could have said sooner.
Mark's going to do a Titanic trivia.
Yeah, we like
episode
shipwrecks
here.
here.
Let's go.
Again, this
I like
7-letter
shipwrecks.
word is defined as the breaking of ice chunks from the edge of a glacier. Is everybody ready? Go ahead and reveal your answers. We have Seth and Roman without an answer. Janis says calving. Marge, without an answer, Cory and Brody say calving. They got it. The correct answer is calving. Calving can happen to glaciers, icebergs, and ice shelves. If it happens on water, the falling ice can cause hazardous waves. These events are so powerful that the World Wildlife Fund says a calving glacier generates the loudest natural sound in the Arctic Ocean. Where were you at when you saw a calving glacier, Seth?
Was in interior Alaska. We camped. Well, I was doll sheep hunting with Steve and his brother, and we can't, like, the whole valley below us was a glacier. So like you'd lay there at night in your tent and just hear that thing.
Oh, would it wake
like
you
big
up?
chunks falling off of it all night long. Yeah,
Very cool.
it was loud.
Question 3, the topic is fishing. This next great question is via Nicholas Bush. This is an audio question. Phil is going to play you 1 minute of a song about fishing, and you need to tell me who the artist is. Take it away, Phil.
Come on, nitty gritty.
I'm already mad.
Oh my God, it's terrible.
Sounds a little like Axl Rose.
Oh, wow. Yeah, write that down. Seth needed 2 words, and he had the answer. Cory, how do you feel about your answer?
Really bad.
Okay, really bad.
Wonder if there's any rap songs where they mention hunting and fishing.
Oh,
Well,
I'll find you
we
one.
had Hoochie Mama as an answer a few weeks ago, which was a rap song. So there you go, Yanni.
you know.
I don't know that song.
Seth, you really like that song?
I mean, it's not my favorite, but I don't mind it.
Okay. Kelsey didn't
Unlike
make you.
Yanni.
Kelsey didn't make you pick between fishing
Giannis seemed real
and a
offended
wife.
by how
Yeah.
bad it was.
No, I listen to a lot of country.
There you go.
A lot of people give me shit about that, but I don't give a shit.
A lot of
I
people,
like
as in
country.
like Steve.
Yeah, Steve's
Yeah.
one for sure. Yanni.
Well, he's only against a certain type of country.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I like
Yeah, that's
the,
where I fall too. I listen to a lot of country too.
And this
Yes.
country was not your favorite country.
No.
Okay.
I'm with that.
I like all the country. The old, the semi-old, the new.
Okay. Again, you need to tell me who was singing that song. Is everybody ready?
It's
Phil,
ready,
what did you
Zach.
think of that song?
Not my favorite.
Not his favorite. Go ahead and reveal your answers. We have Seth saying Brad Paisley. Roman without an answer. Giannis says Randy Travis. Marge says Keith Urban. Cory says Alan
Keith
Jackson. Brody says Morgan Wallen. The correct answer is Brad Paisley.
Way to go, Seth.
At least you guys wrote down country artists.
Right? Was I?
Alright.
That was a country artist, right?
That
was yours?
tune.
How
Keith
long
Urban?
have you been listening to Brad Paisley?
I mean, I grew up listening to country radio, so I don't know whenever.
So like, you knew about him as a kid.
Yeah, yeah.
That tune is called I'm Gonna Miss Her, or the Fishin' Song. Brad Paisley wrote it in college and performed it at a student concert, then tried selling it to Garth Brooks, George Strait, and get this, Alan Jackson, Cory. He eventually decided to keep the song for himself and released it on his second album in 2002. I'm Gonna Miss Her got CMA nominations for Song of the Year, Single of the Year, and Video
There you
of
go,
the Year.
Giannis.
Fun,
It was a highly celebrated song.
When Post Malone started dabbling with country, he covered that song, and it was fantastic.
He's Brad Paisley's a paleontology nut. He when I worked at the Museum of the Rockies, he came in. He was just there a month ago.
I saw
again, too.
he had a photo
Yeah.
there a little while ago.
Yeah.
Get him on the pod.
Nice.
And he married the woman in that music video, who was Phil. I bet you loved According to Jim, right?
No.
No, okay.
I'm not a Jim Belushi guy.
She was the sister-in-law on that show, and that's his wife. Question 4, the topic is hunting. Common, hooded, and red-breasted are the 3 types of this North American diver duck.
These things are tasty.
Cory, Brody, Yanni all seem to know this one. Common, hooded, and red-breasted are the 3 types of this North American diver duck.
Common, comma, hooded, comma.
Look at, right
I
behind you. You
could
can see
do
it.
that
Common
too,
is
yeah.
1, hooded is 2, and red-breasted is 3. They're the 3 types of North American diver duck. Of this North American diver.
Where is Randall?
He's in Germany right now.
Oh yes.
Yeah, we're gonna have 2 Randall-less episodes here in the next couple weeks.
What if Steve was hunting in Germany? Would you be any more excited about that? No.
Yeah, a little more.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. America's pretty cool.
Seth is about to spend America's birthday in Africa. He leaves in a couple days. Again, question 4.
Which country in Africa, Seth?
Which country?
Yeah.
Well, Africa's the country, right?
That's a continent.
Yes.
Or
Yep.
I don't know.
Seth, you're going to Tanzania.
It's confusing.
I don't go to Tanzania. No interest.
And we could tell.
Yeah.
Common, hooded, and red-breasted are the 3 types of this North American
You know, since your
dog.
expectations are so low,
Yeah,
you'll
you're gonna be
probably have a
blown
good
away.
time.
I know.
Do you think everyone
I
I
think so.
talk to says that going there changes their life? So
yeah.
that's
There
what
you
I'm
go.
Are
expecting.
you going to celebrate the 4th of July while you're there?
Hell yeah.
Yeah. For sure.
Take some fireworks with
I'm
you.
gonna
They
take
won't
a
mind.
big old American flag with
There you
me.
go.
Yeah.
Does everyone have an answer for question 4? Go ahead and reveal your answers. We have Seth saying merganser. Roman says swallow. Janis, merganser. Marge, Cory, and Brody say merganser. They got it. The correct answer is a merganser. Mergansers are categorized as sawbill diving ducks, which are fittingly named after their slim, serrated bills. These specialized beaks help them catch and hold prey such as fish, crustaceans, and amphibians. Mergansers are considered one of the worst-tasting ducks a hunter can harvest. Brody gave a little hint and said they're delicious.
Giannis
Brody,
and I used
how
to
many
work-
mergansers have you eaten?
None. Giannis and I used to work for a fly fishing outfitter that just hated these things. They just wanted to kill them all.
Why? Do you think that you've eaten all
They
his
ate all the
walleye?
little trout.
Oh, yeah, I bet.
Yeah.
I think the very first float trip for fishing, maybe ever float trip, and the very first duck I ever shot was a combo for and it was ended up being a hooded merganser
Did
on
you
the
eat
upper
it?
Colorado.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, we tried.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I had my wife's uncle, he was duck hunting, did not intend to shoot a hooded merganser, but he shot one, so then he got it mounted. He
Yeah,
felt
if I
bad.
was going to get a duck mounted, they're
pretty.
Yeah, they're
All-
cool
all
looking.
3 types,
They got those
common,
little
hooded,
teeth
and
on their bill.
That would have been a good one for part of my plate.
Yeah,
Answer.
merganser.
What makes them taste so bad? I've had
Their
many
diet,
ducks.
just because they
diet,
eat a
yeah.
lot of Brody's little trout.
Yeah.
I'm reading a book right now where the author ate a loon, and he said the worst thing he'd ever eaten was a merganser, but a loon was 10 times worse than that.
Oh, I
believe
no
that.
kidding.
Yeah, just
Yeah,
oily,
makes sense.
darker, and even fishier.
See a lot of loons here this time of year in Montana.
Yeah.
Migrating.
Question 5, the topic is cooking. This culinary technique is defined as, quote, quickly cooking food in boiling water, then dunking it in ice water to stop the cooking process.
Oh, dang it. This was one of my questions for my upcoming episode.
Okay. This culinary technique is defined as quickly cooking food in boiling water, then dunking it in ice water to stop the cooking process. Yeah, there it is. This may be a 100%er. The room looks optimistic.
Did it
Marge,
come
do
to
you
you,
have
Cory?
this one
It took
right?
a
I'm
second.
like 50-50.
50-50. Quickly cooking food in boiling water, then dunking it in ice water to stop the cooking process.
The word food is throwing me off. But everything else.
Is everybody ready? Go ahead and reveal your answers. We have Seth and Roman and Janis and Marge. The whole room says blanching. The whole room got it right.
All right.
The correct answer is blanching. Blanching is most commonly done prior to freezing vegetables. Blanching also helps remove the skin of tomatoes and peaches, a step you might use before making salsa or pie. To learn about this process, check out our article on themeateater.com called How to Prepare Your Garden's Harvest for Winter Storage.
You got to do that with crabs and shrimp, too.
You blanch them every time?
Well, I mean, that's how we
Doing,
do
like,
it.
Shrimp cocktail. Yeah.
Yeah.
You blanched some stuff from your garden this year? Going to be getting to that?
The
Or
only
do you
thing
eat
I've
everything
harvested
fresh?
from my garden yet is a few strawberries and some radishes. It's like early summer, man. It's
Right,
like,
but are you going to have to blanch later this year? Do you-
no,
do you-
we just eat the stuff
fresh.
and, like, we'll save some tomatoes, preserve some tomatoes, but that's it.
Phil, we're halfway through the game of trivia. Give us a scoreboard update. Wow.
It's not good.
Pretty close game. Last place, we got Roman with 1 point.
all right,
Maggie
Roman.
has
Come on,
2.
Roman. You got it.
And the rest of the players are right in line with the Shelby Index. We've got Seth, Cory, Brody, and Janis all tied up with 3 points at halftime.
All right. Question 6. The topic is conservation. This next great question is via Josh Perry. The Wolf Center defines this 9-letter word as, quote, when scientists place devices on wild animals to track their movements and behaviors.
What?
The Wolf Center defines this 9-letter word as when scientists place devices on wild animals to track their movements and behaviors. The room appears to be stumped after having a 100%er on question 5. Brody, do you have this one right?
I got a 9-letter word.
Okay.
That makes sense.
Cory, do you have this one right?
50-50.
The Wolf Center defines this 9-letter word as when scientists place
count again.
devices on wild animals to track their movements and behaviors.
Maybe 60-40.
Oh, okay. He's growing more confident.
Yeah.
Show your whiteboard to Brody, see what he thinks of it.
Yeah, buddy.
Okay. They are in agreement. Seth, do you have this one right?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Were they both right or both wrong?
9-letter word.
No in between.
Yeah.
When scientists place devices on wild animals to track their movements and behaviors. Janis looks stumped down there. He did not have this question for his next time hosting. How you doing, Yanni?
I honestly,
Janis always does this and then comes up with it.
I honestly don't exactly know what the word is what it means. The word I put down,
Oh, okay. Well, we're all
but it's
learning
just something
something.
I've heard before. You know,
The Wolf Center defines this 9-letter word as when scientists place devices on wild animals to track their movements and behaviors.
I've
Janis?
written down the same word 3 times, and every time it's 10 letters.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
just lose one of them.
Yeah.
Maybe
Does
you're
that
spelling
work
it
for
wrong.
you, Seth?
Yeah, that's what I do.
Maybe you're just spelling it wrong.
Yeah, drop the E.
That's a good point.
Drop the E. Use 2 T's.
Make it slang. Drop the G.
Is everybody ready?
I need some space in my brain.
What do you currently fill that space with?
Right now, it's all this chitter chatter.
Oh,
I need some
okay.
space to come up with the answer.
Yep. Marge, do you have this one right?
No.
Okay.
I just added ing.
All right. Yanni,
could
you
work.
give up?
Yeah, I guess I do.
Go ahead and reveal your answers. We have Seth saying telemetry. Roman says analyzing. Janis without an answer. Marge says collaring. Cory collaring. Brody collaring.
Oh.
The
maybe.
correct answer is telemetry. Seth got that one right.
You're joking. Waiting for the punchline.
No, it's telemetry. This is what the Wolf Center defines that 9-letter word as.
Well, I could define collaring that way too, buddy.
Well, the Wolf Center does not.
Telemetry.
As we learned on a previous episode of Trivia, technology used to track Sputnik is what birthed the science of wildlife telemetry. This GPS research has been used across the animal kingdom, from whales to butterflies. Question 7.
I'm like, there's no way it's telemetry because who the hell's done that in the last 20 years since the advent of GPS?
Still used today. Well, telemetry
Is that true?
is GPS.
Well, there's radio and there's GPS.
Huh?
Telemetry?
GPS telemetry.
Question 7. The topic is natural history.
Well, maybe not.
Let's not
This
argue
man
about it, boys.
who
There's
was
collaring though.
This man, who was America's Secretary of State, negotiated the deal to purchase Alaska from Russia.
Oh, some bitch.
This man, who was America's Secretary of State, negotiated the deal to purchase Alaska from Russia.
It wasn't Mike Lee because he'd want to sell Alaska to Russia.
That's right.
Got it.
Would.
Good one.
Okay.
How many letters?
Brody had that's right. I'm not going to tell you. Brody can tell you if he likes.
Yeah,
This
give us
man,
some
who was
letters.
America's Secretary of State, negotiated the deal to purchase Alaska from Russia.
Brody just did. Do you guys know what I think it's called Valsalva? Do you guys know what that is?
Never heard of this.
Valsalva maneuver. It's something I learned about when I was having the heart palpitations things more often, and it's basically a way that you just scrunch down your body and create pressure to kind of reset your heart so that it quits doing it. I think Brody just did that exercise, the Valsalva maneuver, to push that answer into
He
his
did curl up in
frontal
his chair.
cortex.
Should we all try it?
Did you? Is that something you did, Yanni?
Yeah, I tried it, but then I later learned that it doesn't really work for the kind of issue I was dealing with.
Okay. Again, this is question 7. The topic is natural history. There are 5 blank whiteboards. And then Brody, who
Killing
thinks he has
myself.
the right
I'm tempted
answer.
to give everyone a hint.
Yeah.
Please.
This man, who was America's Secretary of State, negotiated the deal to purchase
Just
Alaska
to make things fun.
from Russia.
What's the score, Phil?
Well, I think Seth has a
Tighter than
1-point
you want.
lead on you. Right
Do I need
now.
a first and last name?
Last name is good enough. These will be Jeopardy rules for this one. This man, who was America's Secretary of State, negotiated the
Brody,
deal
I'm
to
not-
purchase
I'm not gonna
Alaska
change it.
from Russia.
No!
He flashed his whiteboard to Brody,
I'm
and Brody
gonna
is
give
shaking
people a
his
hint.
head no.
Wow, please.
It's someone's folly.
Wow.
Chester?
Will that help me?
No, it doesn't help at all.
The purchase of Alaska was
Okay.
called someone's folly.
There is a hint from Brody. The answer is not Chester.
Now watch, I'm going to get it wrong, but I think I'm right.
There was an episode of ice fishing that was named Chester's Folly.
Yeah,
Right?
that's
You can watch
what
it on
popped
YouTube.
in
It's
my
not
brain.
Chester. He didn't buy Alaska.
What was the folly on that trip? What was the issue? It's
Well,
just too cold.
He
and
planned the
shit was
trip
breaking
and-
down.
Yeah, he should have pulled the plug, and we should have not gone.
How many fish were caught?
Oh, I don't. We caught quite a few perch, but just
Okay.
everything broke. And
Yeah.
it was rough. 50 below. It's tough to ice fish and that stuff.
That'll turn you off ice fishing forever,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
Brody has handed out a hint that it was someone's folly, and it did not help anybody in the room, but I bet there's listeners who have come up with the answer.
Oh, for sure.
Is everybody ready?
I'm just thinking about
Go
coming
ahead
out
and
soon, so-
reveal your answers. We have Seth without an answer. Roman says Smith. Janis, Hancock. Marge without an answer. Cory says Hoover. Brody says Seward. He got it.
Seward.
The correct answer, Seward. That's William Seward.
Like
that was
Seward, Alaska.
Seward's Folly. At 2 cents per acre, which came out to $7.2 million, America acquired Alaska in 1867. Opponents of the purchase gave it the nickname Seward's Folly and Seward's Icebox. About 30 years later, even his harshest critics changed their tune when the Klondike Gold Rush began in 1896. Today, there's a town, peninsula, highway, and multiple schools in Alaska that carry his name. Question 8. The topic is fishing. Anglers sometimes mimic the larval stage of a Dobson fly, which goes by this ungodly name. Brody, quick to answer again. Anglers sometimes mimic
hints
the
this
larval
time.
stage of a Dobson fly, which goes by this ungodly name. Again, Brody has an answer. 5 other whiteboards in the room that do not have an answer. This is question
Seth should know
8.
this one.
Yeah.
Okay. You want to hand out any hints to
Nope,
folks
not
again?
this time.
It is generosity for this episode. Anglers sometimes mimic the larval stage of a Dobson fly, which goes by this ungodly name.
When you say ungodly, it's gross to say. It, look,
Not going to give you any hints.
No more hints, buddy.
nothing. Not even for the
Corey,
guy
do
with
you have
1
this
point.
one right?
The ungodly name gave me an answer.
Okay.
I hope it's right.
Let me see.
We'll see.
Yep.
Now, the last time those two agreed, they did not have the right answer.
Sweet.
Yanni, do you have an answer?
No, not yet.
Okay. Anglers sometimes mimic the larval stage of this Dobson
But I
fly.
think you just gave Giannis a hint.
I'm an
Goes
angler.
by
You're an
this
angler. You
Ungodly
guys ever
name.
throw
Oh,
this
yeah,
thing?
man. Yeah, we'll talk more.
Oh, I mean, I see them all the time. I just never use it.
Really? You don't got him out here?
You don't see him all
Yeah,
the time.
I feel like I do.
I don't think so.
Not here.
Oh.
West of here.
Yanni's really studying
East
this
of here.
conversation.
See, maybe I've never seen one. Then.
Buddy thinks he has the right
I'm
answer.
pretty sure I've seen
Okay.
it. I'll
Do you have an answer, Seth?
I'll Google it.
Yeah.
Okay. And it
do.
has its, is it an ungodly name?
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe Brody and I are wrong.
Maybe, but I don't think so.
I don't
Yanni
think so.
is really squinting
I think
over there.
I think Brody and I are on the same page.
Giannis, anything coming to you?
No.
Must not have been much of a fishing guide, huh?
Well, he wanted.
No, he wouldn't have.
No, it wouldn't have used.
Okay.
Yeah, right. That's where.
It
That's my problem.
sounds like it's a Pennsylvania bug.
The mighty Juniata River. They got him there.
Oh,
You want to catch a
Easy now.
Smalley?
Marge, do you have an answer?
Let's go.
Not the right answer.
Okay,
but
is
a
everybody
funny
ready?
answer.
Go ahead and reveal your answers. We have Seth saying Helgramite.
Yeah.
Roman without an answer. Janis says Hex. Marge says Sex Dungeon.
Also
Very good. Wrong but ungodly.
Yep.
Corey says Helgramite. Brody says Helgramite. They got it. The correct answer is Helgramite. And the spelling is HELLGRAMMITE. Helgramite. Helgramites are a universal fish food, getting eaten by trout, bass, catfish, panfish, and more. The most popular way to imitate one is with a woolly bugger fly. But if you want to use the real thing, then check out our article on the MeatEater.com called Creepy Crawlers, How to Catch and Fish with Helgramites.
They'll draw blood, man.
Yeah, they're nasty.
Yeah, they got some big old pinchers on them. So what is your familiarity with Helgramites,
We used to
Brody?
use them for bait for smallmouth.
In Pennsylvania?
Yeah.
Corey,
Go flip rocks.
where do you think you've seen Helgramites that Brody disagrees with you on?
I just looked it up. I was way off. But as an angler, I knew all about this.
Good on you. Phil, let's get a scoreboard update. We have 2 questions left.
Here we are. Roman still has his point. He's holding on to it. Maggie has 2.
Yep.
Giannis has 3. Corey has 4. And tied up in first place are Brody Henderson and Seth Morris with 5.
Anglers.
And all the fishing questions should be done for now.
They are. Question 9, the topic is hunting.
Oh.
Who wrote the 1973 turkey hunting book, 10th Legion?
Oh, get out.
Who wrote the 1973 turkey hunting book, 10th Legion? Brody, quick to answer. Seth has now joined him. Corey, do you have a chance at this one?
No.
No, okay. Who's read this book in here? Okay, Yanni, Seth, and
No, I read part of it. I didn't read
Brody.
the whole thing yet.
Yanni, you have this one right then.
I do.
Who wrote the 1973 turkey hunting book?
But so does
10th
Brody, so
Legion?
I'm not going to be able to take him down
This was
today.
in Monday's MeatEater podcast. If you haven't listened to it yet.
Did they talk about this?
Mm-hmm. Yep. We had Will Primos
With
on.
Wilbur.
Will
Oh,
and Steve
talked about this
it.
specific book.
Yeah, and
Okay.
I was in the room.
Did they say his name?
You
Phil?
were?
When you saw the answer, did you remember that name from the podcast?
I actually own a copy of this book
Okay,
for
that's
some
weird.
reason, and I've never read it.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, he was at an NWTF one year too, which is very funny. Just sitting behind a desk, like signing copies and stuff.
Who wrote the 1973 turkey hunting book, 10th Legion? Is everybody
Phil,
ready?
it's not just for some reason. It's because you're an aspiring turkey hunter, and Ben O'Brien gifted you that to help you,
Oh, yeah,
to inspire you.
Ben had him on the podcast, I feel like, at one time.
Yeah, I think that was before my time, but yeah, he did.
Go ahead and reveal your answers. We have Seth saying Tom Kelly. Roman without an answer. Giannis says Colonel Tom Kelly. Marge without an answer. Corey says Knox.
That's right.
Brody says Tom Kelly. They got it. The correct answer is Tom Kelly. Tom Kelly's website has declared it the Bible of wild turkey hunting. The name of the book is from Colonel Kelly's comparison of turkey hunting to Caesar's 10th Legion. In his analogy, he says both groups have a cult-like obsession and common goal. Phil, before question 10, give us a final scoreboard update.
It's down to Seth and Brody. They're still tied up with 6 points.
Ooh.
This never happened.
Boom.
We got a
Question
fishing it one for the
10.
last question.
The topic is gear. Damn. This is our listener question of the week, which was won by Brad Hankins. We're sending this great question. Brad is going to get a board game signed by the crew. If you want a chance to win our listener question of the week, then send your question to trivia@themeateater.com.
I'm rooting for you, Seth.
Thanks, Johnny.
When was
am
the last
I.
time you had a win?
I don't even know. It's been so long. Been a long time. Maybe the old office.
Okay. Wow. That was
I had
that was 2023 then.
Maybe here. I have no clue.
All right.
I don't remember.
Question 10. The topic is gear. This is for all the marbles. Columbia, Pendleton, Keene, Danner, Benchmade, Leatherman, Gerber, and Leupold are all headquartered in this state. Seth, quick to answer.
Ruh-roh.
Brody taking his time.
Oh, this is it's going to be a what do they call it?
Tiebreaker?
Tiebreaker.
Columbia, Pendleton,
Tiebreaker.
Keene, Danner, Benchmade, Leatherman, Gerber, and Leupold are all headquartered in this state?
I definitely have it down to 2.
Okay. Marge and Yanni agree on what the state is.
And I'm pretty sure maybe the first one no longer is there,
The state's
potentially. Or maybe they moved it from the capital of this state due to some conflicts.
Brody, how do you feel about your answer?
99.9%.
Oh.
It's some conflicts.
Okay.
Give it away.
Corey, you going to come up with an answer?
Sure.
Columbia,
Come on,
Pendleton,
Corey.
Keene,
Oh, I
Danner,
know some
Benchmade,
states.
Come
Leatherman,
on,
Gerber,
Corey.
and Leopold.
One
All
out of
headquartered in
one.
this state.
I think you should have at least a 1 out
That's-
of 49.
no.
1 out
Bad
of
guess.
48 chance.
I mean, it's just
Go ahead, write another one down.
Yeah.
it ain't Montana.
Marge declared it a bad guess by Corey.
There's no Helgermites there, Corey.
There probably isn't in this state.
Give us another
Making
one.
a third swap.
Maybe go the other direction.
Let's go.
Yeah, go a
everybody
long
ready?
ways the other direction.
Go ahead and reveal your answers. We have Seth saying Oregon. Roman says Oregon. Giannis, Oregon. Marge, Oregon. Corey,
Couldn't have
Washington.
been closer.
Brody, Oregon. The correct answer is Oregon. That means we're going to go to overtime between Brody and
Wonderful.
Seth. All of those brands are headquartered in Portland, besides Benchmade, which is in Oregon City, and Leopold, which is in Beaverton. Portland considers themselves, quote, the world's epicenter for apparel and outdoor gear companies. They claim to have the largest concentration of outdoor brands in America.
Besides Bozeman.
Tell us about your answers, Corey. What were the 2 states you arrived at before
Started out with
Washington?
Kentucky,
Okay.
and that got laughed at. And then I threw out Pennsylvania just because these two jumped on it so fast. And that got laughed at.
Oregon.
I should have known with Pendleton.
Did you go to Kentucky because of Pendleton?
No. I just threw that out there.
We are headed to overtime. Play the drop, Phil.
You ain't first, you're last. I think just cut it at if you ain't first, you're last, and then like go into other stuff that's funny. I never liked it. Hey Phil, off, man.
The tie-breaking topic is conservation. This tie-breaking question is via Jesse Patterson. This will be a numerical question, so whoever is closest between Brody and Seth will be declared the winner, but the other 4 players will also come up with an answer, because if somebody gets it right on the nose, MeatEater will add an extra $100 donation to the end of the game. How many states have a national grassland? How many states have a national grassland? Seth has a blank whiteboard while it appears that Brody is making a list. 2 different strategies unfolding in front of us. How many states have a national grassland?
I have no clue.
Okay.
So it's going to be a guess.
Between 1 and 50.
Giannis also making a list now.
No list. I'm
Oh, no
writing
list,
down one
okay.
number.
How many states have a national grassland? I think this is back-to-back weeks of tiebreakers after having like a 3-month stretch earlier this year without a tiebreaker. It's raining overtime around these days.
I was hoping for a little bit of a closer game on Sunday night, but didn't happen for the old Yesers.
You know, Rowan?
Where do they rank among your favorite teams?
Got a feeling.
Number 2?
I don't have a clue.
You know, if you made me choose and put them in a
You'd go
line,
Bucks number 1.
No, why?
I don't know.
No, because I was born in Indianapolis.
Okay, number 1 then.
Yeah, so they'd be number 1.
And then Denver
Pistons
Nuggets number 2.
Pistons
Oh, okay.
2, then Denver.
Then Denver Nuggets.
Gotta
All
love
right.
the Pistons.
I'll take top 3 for
Oh, yeah.
Giannis fandom.
One of the best teams of all time.
Boring.
Well, in the past.
Spencer,
So you just kind of-
are you a Bucks fan?
No, Nuggets
Who's the Bucks fan?
Giannis is.
Oh. I saw a Bucks sweatshirt at Goodwill the other day,
Ooh.
and I was going to buy it, but then I couldn't remember who the fan was.
That'd been awful polite of you.
Spencer, I forgot to tell you, I got to go tour behind the scenes of the Timberwolves training facility because my friend's friend is the chef for the Timberwolves. So
Very fun.
I got to go behind the scenes and see all the cool stuff.
But Goodwill's no longer Goodwill, or were you somewhere else?
No, it was Goodwill.
There's a Goodwill in Belgrade.
Belgrade.
We went
Oh,
from 2 to 1.
oh,
what was the coolest thing you saw there, Marge?
It was the way they can tell. There's like all this camera equipment around the basket, looking down just at the basket, and how accurate the ball is, like touching with inside the rim. And I took a video of it, and they're like, "You can't share that anywhere. You gotta delete that." So I did.
Does everyone have an answer for how many states have a national grassland? Go ahead and reveal your answers. We have Roman saying 7. Janis says 1. Marge says 13. Cory says 6. And our 2 players remaining, we have Seth saying 9 and Brody saying 4. The correct answer is 12, giving Seth the victory.
I was so close.
And Marge was only 1 off. Those 12 states are California, Colorado, Idaho, Kansas, Nebraska, New Mexico, North Dakota, Oklahoma, Texas, Oregon, South Dakota, and Wyoming. 12 states have a national grassland. All right, Seth, what are you going to do with your $500 today?
I didn't even think about it, but because I usually never get to this point. But well, with all this public land stuff going on and Mike Lee being a meathead, let's go BHA.
That's too nice of a way to describe him. Yeah, he's a dickhead. How about that?
Yeah, that works.
Hey, this is a family show. Come on.
$500 going to BHA via Seth. Well done, Seth.
Woo.
It's got to feel good, right? Right
Yeah.
before
There you go,
your,
Seth.
right before your
Africa.
very exciting trip.
Yep.
Have fun.
Can't wait.
Life changing.
Life changing.
Join us next week for more MeatEater Trivia, the only game show where conservation always wins.
Give me the boards.
Yeah, Spencer from South Dakota, he's the host. Using those smooth, mellow tones, he lays them questions down. And he likes taking those 2- and 3-year-old bucks. And he's an avid amateur rock hound.